This isn't just another tariff headline. This is a stress test of America's position in the Western system, happening in real time. In the past, the US-Canada dispute would be noisy, then quietly resolved behind closed doors. But this time, the conflict has triggered something far bigger, a global recalculation of whether the United States is still the stable hub of the alliance network or a volatile force that allies must plan around. And here's why it matters right now. When a superpower turns economic tools on a neighbor that shares its border, supply chains, and defense coordination, the shock doesn't stay in politics. It travels into factories, energy flows, market sentiment, and the long-term trust that holds alliances together. The flashpoint is Trump's aggressive tariff posture toward Canada, framed through emergency-style authority and national security language. That framing is the fuse. Because once trade disputes become emergencies, executive power expands and the space for compromise shrinks. Then Congress stepped in, at least symbolically. A House vote moved to reject the tariffs in a rare rebuke, signaling that even inside Trump's coalition, the economic blowback is becoming impossible to ignore.
I have a message for Donald Trump. Our country's not for sale. Not now, not ever. I lived across this country and I can tell you, Canadians are a proud people. We're proud of our country and we're ready to fight like hell to defend it. Right now, with the forest fires ravaging homes, Canadian firefighters showed up. That's who we are. We show up and support our neighbors. But if Donald Trump if you think you can pick a fight with us, there'll be a price to pay. I've committed that if Donald Trump imposes tariffs on us, we should respond with retaliatory tariffs in kind. I think that anyone running as prime minister should do this.
Trump's Canada tariffs blocked in House vote by his own party members. 6 Republicans walked onto the House floor and voted against their own president, against House leadership, against the single most important piece of Donald Trump's economic agenda. They joined Democrats to pass a resolution terminating Trump's tariffs on Canada, 219 to 211. That vote was not supposed to happen. House leadership had spent months blocking it. Trump posted a threat while the vote was happening. Any Republican who votes against tariffs will seriously suffer the consequences come election time, and that includes primaries.
Because Canada and the United States, that would really be something. You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like, and it would also be much better for national security. Don't forget, we basically protect Canada.
All we want from Denmark for national and international security and to keep our very energetic and dangerous potential enemies at bay is this land on which we're going to build the greatest golden dome ever built. We're building a golden dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your Prime Minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful. But they should be grateful to us. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements.
Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have. As a state, it would be one of the great states anyway. This would be the most incredible country visually. If you look at a map, they drew an artificial line right through it between Canada and the U.S. Just a straight artificial line. Somebody did it a long time ago. Many, many decades ago, and makes no sense. It's so perfect as a great and cherished.
So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well today, and a happy Valentine to you all. So if you have been following closely, you will realize that currently the relationship between the United States of America and the Canadian people is experiencing some constraint, and this is due to unresolved issues about trade here and there. And you know what, you guys, it's very funny when Trump wants to make Canada the 51st state. I mean, like, this is a country that has its own people. This is a country that has the president. And sometimes, you know, like, I sit and I'm asking myself, is it dementia or this guy's a joke? Because how could you sit down and decide for 1 million people, you know what, you're going to be a state and there's nothing you're telling me? So guys, the United States of America has been known for being that superpower country, and And, like, it's just into Trump that he knows that there's nothing whatsoever can shake America. And he knows he can put hands on anything that he wants. This is contrary to what the Canadian people are feeling. The Canadian people are putting their foot down and they are saying no to this diabolical idea that Trump has over them. They have a voice, they can speak, they have government representatives who can speak to them. So currently we've seen a bridge being built that connects the Canada and the United States of America. And apparently the Canadian government spend a lot of money into coming up with such. So guys, when there is a conflict in the country, as we can see currently with the immigration rules that are being imposed on people, which are constitutionally wrong, it's really damaging the relationship not only with Canada, but also with other countries. But because Canada has had a long-term relationship with the United States of America, it's really hard for Trump to let go. Everyone wants to opt out. And we know what happens with trade, what happens with economical growth of the country when there is political instability. Nobody wants to be associated with such, because once there is political instability, there's no better coexistence. There is no peaceful coexistence, rather. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, you've seen how Trump has been behaving lately, and he's kind of scared, and he's actually not even bluffing. He's telling the Canadians, you know what, you guys, be warned. Be warned. And I'm wondering, like, what are you warning them about? What are you warning these people about? I feel like this guy, like, most of the time we've given Trump a go away. We've given him a leeway, because most of the time he'll do things and people will be like, you know what, that is Trump, which is no longer happening, which people cannot take anymore. Yeah. So, and he's also very disturbed because he's heard that the Canadian people are trying to sign treaty with China. Guys, we know China is really developed. China has some of the best infrastructure in the world. China has some of the best. Even the educational system is really, really good. Even most of the products that people consume, it's made in China. The iPhone is made in China, assembled in California. Do you see? So Trump is really terrified and is like trying to warn people about this. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Do you think the relationship is gonna last longer if people come and discuss the diplomacy thing? Because I'm seeing Trump pulling some strings, because you need people to sit down and diplomatically try to settle things. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, my name is Yvonne, and thank you for keeping it 100%. Thank you for being locked in. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate. And to my new subscribers, you are welcome to being part of my online family. Let me see your view. Let me know what you think about this issue on the comment below. Share wide, like, and enjoy.